Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh. Hope so everyone is good and fine. Dear students, in the previous lecture I have discussed about the leaf and types of venation in the leaf. Okay. Today my topic is what are the functions of leaf and about leaf modifications. First of all, about the functions of the leaf. Dear students, you know that the color of the leaves are green. How this color of the leaves are green and why this color of the leaves are green? The presence of a green pigment is called chlorophyll. Chlorophyll is one of the green pigment. That green pigment is present in leaves. Okay, that green pigment is present in leaves. Due to presence of this green pigment, the color of the leaves are green. The color of the leaves are the green. What are the functions of this chlorophyll green pigment which is present in the leaves? Chlorophyll uses sunlight and provides energy to the plants for making food. This process of making food by leaves is called photosynthesis. Okay, this is one of the process that takes place in plants. Plants are also known as autotrophs. Okay, plants are also known as autotrophs because they prepare their own food. How they prepare own food? Which plant part plays an important role in the synthesis of the food? That plant part is leaf. Leaves have color green pigment. These green pigments are called chlorophyll. These chlorophyll uses sunlight. These chlorophylls uses sunlight and provides energy to the plant for making food. It provides energy to the plant for making food, and the process of making food by the plants, by the leaves of the plants, is called photosynthesis. But are is only chlorophyll necessary for the process of photosynthesis? No, carbon dioxide, water are also necessary for the process of photosynthesis. This carbon dioxide is present in the air, this water that is present in the soil. Plants use both carbon dioxide and water for the process of photosynthesis. Okay, this is one of the functions of the leaf, that they perform the process of photosynthesis. The food that leaves prepare is a kind of sugar that is known as glucose. As we know that the carbon dioxide plus water in the presence of sunlight and chlorophyll that is present in the leaves, we get glucose. End product, we get glucose. Okay, the glucose changes into starch before the plant stores food. Plant store food. Before the plant stores food in the form of starch, this glucose first changes into starch. After that, plant stores it. Okay, plants uses some of this food. The plant that synthesizes the food. Plants synthesize the food, making their food. Some of the food they use to perform their own life functions, and rest stores in fruits, roots, stem, and leaves. That is the reason we use some food. They are the roots of some plants. We use leaves of some plants. We use fruits of some plants. We use roots of some plants. In all those plants, food is stored, so we use them. Okay, leaves provide food to the entire world. Okay, these are the different functions of the leaves. Leaves, how, if carbon dioxide is necessary for the process of photosynthesis, how this carbon dioxide, how this gas exchanges between the atmosphere and to the leaves, or between the atmosphere and the leaves? Dear students, you know that there are small pores present on the surface of the leaves. These small pores are called cytomata. These small pores are called cytomata. What are the cytomata? Cytomata are the small pores which are present on the surface of the leaves. Cytomata are the small pores which are present on the surfaces of the leaves, or we can say that Leaves have small openings present on the surface. Okay, these pores or openings are called stomata. These pores or openings are called stomata. These stomata, they can be closed, they can be opened. Okay, the excess water is lost through these stomata on the leaves, and they are also used for the gaseous exchange between the leaves. Okay, leaves have stomata on their surface. They have stomata on their surface. These stomata help us in the transpiration. What is transpiration? Transpiration is the loss of water in the form of vapors into the atmosphere. Okay, first, second, gaseous exchange. We know that concentration of the carbon dioxide that is more in the air than in the leaves. Leaves uses that carbon dioxide for in the process of photosynthesis. So if this carbon dioxide concentration is more in the air, more in the atmosphere, this moves by the process of simple diffusion, that is from the region of higher concentration in atmosphere the concentration of carbon dioxide is more, and this moves from atmosphere into the leaves through these stomata. In leaves the concentration of the carbon dioxide is less, and after by the process of diffusion, this carbon dioxide moves from higher concentration to the lower concentration into the leaves through these stomata, and in leaves process of photosynthesis occurs and that carbon dioxide is used up. So this is one of the function also, that leaves releases water from the plant through stomata, which is called transpiration. Excess of water that is lost by the plant by transpiration through the stomata. The two important functions of transpirations. What are the two important functions of the trans? It helps in cooling down the leaves by the loss of the water. It plays an important role in water cycle by increasing the moisture in the air. When the water vapors, they are lost in the form of vapors that increases the moisture in the air. Those water vapors increasing the moisture in the air, and this plays an important role in water cycle. First, it helps in the cooling down of the leaves, in cooling down the leaves. Second, it plays an important role in the water cycle by increasing the moisture in the air. Dear students, one more function is that leaves of some plants produce buds on them. These buds grow into a new plant. As I have told you already that Bryophyllum is one of the plant, Begonia is one of the plant. These plants, the leaves of these plants have the capability to grow into a new plant. New plants grow by the process of a vegetative reproduction, by the mode of a vegetative reproduction. In those plants, leaves can be used. A leaf of a plant can be used to grow a new plant. In Begonia and Bryophyllum. This is one of the function of the leaves. In some plants like Bryophyllum and Begonia, leaves can be used as a vegetative part for the production of the new plant. Modifications of leaves. Dear students, you know that leaves are modified into spines in xerophytic plants. Those xerophytic plants are those plants which grow in the deserts. Okay, we know that in deserts the water that is present, the concentration of the water is less. Leaves are modified into spines in xerophytic plants to reduce the transpiration, loss of water. These leaves are modified into spines because to reduce the loss of water. Okay, like in cactus, like in opuntia. Okay, it helps in storing water, and the stem also protects plants from grazing. You know that the stem that have spines, the stem those have spines, these spines which are present on the stem of the opuntia or cactus plants, these the animals that cannot graze on them, or we can say plants like cactus and opuntia, those have spines on their stem. Those spines protects these plants from grazing. Okay. In some plants, leaves are modified into tendrils. Okay, some plants are there in which these leaves are modified into tendrils to provide support to the weak stem, so that the weak stem, when the leaves are modified into tendrils, this weak stem grows on support, and some support these tendrils helps those plants, helps those weak plants, helps those weak stems, okay, to grow on the support. In pea plants, the leaves, they are modified into tendrils to support the weak stem by coiling around the support. These leaves, they are modified into tendrils. Okay, these tendrils coil around the support, and the weak stem plant or the weak plants, they grow on that support. In some cases, leaves, they are modified to trap insects, as you have read in the previous classes, insectivorous plants. Okay, insectivorous plants, pitcher plant, okay, sundews. Okay, these are some insectivorous plants. In some cases, in those plants, the leaves are modified to trap insects. Okay, these plants are called insectivorous plants. In those plants in which leaves are modified to trap insects, such as pitcher plant, such as sundews, or those plants are called insectivorous plants. These are the modifications of the leaves. In leaves are modified to give support. Leaves are modified into spines. Leaves are modified into spines because to reduce transpiration first. Second, the and it protects the stem from the grazing. Okay, protects the stem from the grazing. These are the when leaves are modified into spines. Leaves are modified to give support, and some plants, the leaves are modified into tendrils to provide support to the weak stem, so that the plant with weak stem can grow. The leaves that are changed, that are modified into tendrils that coil around the support, and this plant can grow. Third, in some plants, leaves are modified to trap insects. These plants are called insectivorous plants, such as pitcher plant, such as sundews. This is about the modifications in leaves and what are the functions of the leaves.